some guy came up to me. He's like, hey, man, I'm trying to do some heroin. And I was like, I'm not. And he said, I can't find the vein. And I was like, sir, please. And he said, if you help me find the vein, I'll suck your dick. And I was like, if you say that to me again, I'll knock your fucking teeth out. And he said, I don't have teeth. I said, let's find that vein.
We're here in Miami, Brickell, doing interviews in the streets. We're asking people amazing questions to inspire you guys, to inspire the youth. So support this channel, subscribe to the channel, like and comment. If you want some questions that you want us to ask in the streets, let us know. Let's go. What do you do for work?
Real estate.
So when you say real estate, what kind of real estate?
Flipping houses.
Really?
Yeah.
And what made you get into flipping houses?
Money. I'm Jewish.
Ah, I love it. My brother here. All right, so let me ask you a quick question. How does someone get into flipping houses and actually make money? Because a lot of times I hear people, they get into flipping houses and they lose money.
Yeah, it's true. It's not easy, but just keep on doing it. Keep on
Give us some tips that made you successful in flipping houses.
Be nice to people. Really, be just nice to people, work hard, keep your head down, and move on.
And in this market, is it the best time to buy houses?
I think so. In Miami, I
Why?
think so. It's Miami. Everybody wants to move into Miami from New York, from LA. New York is shit right now. LA is shit right now. Miami's the best place in the States right now.
What has been the biggest lesson you learned about investing into real estate?
Well, even though I have a Latina wife, working with Latins, it's not easy. With all the respect to Latin culture, I have two half Latinos boys. It's really not easy with the Latin culture about time, word, trustworthy. And I don't want to sound racist and stuff like that, but it's really not easy. So put everything on contract, make sure everything is real clear, don't pay in advance. Yeah.
So for someone that's actually getting into real estate right now, flipping houses, how do they avoid losing a lot of money in the beginning stages?
Put everything on contract, work with people that you know, don't pay in advance, be really particular when your payments. That's about it, yeah.
And how much can someone make flipping houses in a year?
It really depends on how many projects you're doing. I'm on 8 projects right now, but it really depends. Probably like a couple hundred grand. Yeah.
Can someone become a multi-millionaire flipping houses?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
How can they do that? Like, how many houses should they be selling in a year to do that?
I saw something in Instagram that it says if you hold 10 houses and you're making 100K on each of them, you're a millionaire. Just 100K, and obviously you can make way more than 100K per deal. So, but the thing is, you need a capital. You need to work with capital.
And for someone to find capital, like they don't have any money, but they have a lot of energy, hustle, and grind, where do they find the money?
You can go to all the banks that loan money and stuff, but then you chain to them, and it's not easy. And you're putting your assets, or you're starting slow. You're starting with houses way outside Miami, 60, 70 grand. You put the down payment at 10%, and you're working with that.
So do you recommend someone to start small?
Yeah, obviously. Like everything in life. You ran or you walked before, or you crawled.
No, I understand. I've heard, but there's some gurus out there that say you got to go big, you got to go,
Fuck this shit. No, it's not true. Unless you're filthy rich and your dad gives you everything, you're like, all right, let's do it.
I'm a software engineer.
You're a software engineer?
Yeah.
And what got you inspired to become a software engineer?
Honestly, I don't even know. I got into it when I was like 13, taught myself how to code, and it pays the bills, so.
Wow, so you taught yourself how to code?
Yeah.
At 13 years old?
Yeah.
So what's the #1 challenge people have when it comes to becoming a software engineer?
Just overcoming, like, it's like really like problem solving, but as long as you're just like persistent and you just like, just do what you can.
So let me ask you this. If you're more emotional and less logical, do you think you'd be a good software engineer?
No, if you're emotional, yeah, you will be fucking trash.
Why is that?
Because you have to really be logical and like look at things for like how they are logically. You can't be emotional about it because it's gonna just drive you crazy.
So someone like myself would not do good in that?
If you're emotional, sorry.
I mean, I got a lot of good energy. I'm an emotional person.
You could be an actor.
I love it. So let me ask you a question. What should someone be, looking forward to into becoming a software engineer? Like, what are the biggest top 3 things they should be excited about becoming a software engineer?
The jobs are pretty good. You could work remote. I work remote. I just kind of hang out in Brickell and just work remote. And you get like, I don't know, when you fix problems, you get like a sense of reward. It's like really fulfilling because like at the end of the day, you're building things, but it's software, so it's like you don't get to see it in the real world, but you get to see it in the digital world. So it's like pretty cool.
So when you were 13 years old, what inspired you to become a software engineer and start learning how to code versus playing video games and other stuff?
Because I knew I was like, school's just kind of I was in high school. I was like, this is, it's not gonna get me anywhere. So I was like, I'd rather be productive, like, and do something. So if I'm not gonna pay attention to school, then I'm gonna, I'm gonna like, just see if, if that works for me. And I don't know. I guess it found me.
So someone that's watching this video, they're 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, they want to become a software engineer. Should they go into that field right now, or it's too late?
No, definitely go, because right now with AI, it's like easier than ever to learn this stuff. Like, if you have any, do not go to school for this. If you have any like problems, you can literally ask ChatGPT, like, like, what's wrong with this? Like, I use this like every day for work now. So the world has changed. So anyone can learn it, even just anything like tech. You can learn any skill now.
So you're saying you don't even need to like, go to school to be a software engineer. You could just use ChatGPT?
Do not go to school. Don't waste your money. Don't go to university and just waste your money, because at the end of the day, we have so much information online, and now we have like pretty much a free teacher. Like, you just go on, ChatGPT, and it'll answer any question for you.
So you're saying that someone should not spend 50 grand to 100 grand going to school?
No, I don't know.
Say it again?
Like, that is not.
No, say it again. You said it the right way.
I said hell no. Hell fucking no. Don't do that.
So let me ask you, how long will it take for someone to get good at software engineering? If they self-educate?
Honestly, it depends. For me, it took, for me to get like, at least like intermediate, it took me like probably a year or two. But it depends how good you are. If you're naturally good at that kind of stuff, because at the end of the day, it's like basically learning a new language. When you're programming, it's a different language, but it's just not human language, it's computer language. So if you're good at learning languages, you'll learn it fast. But if you, if you're not good at that, then it might take you a little bit. But honestly, for the average person, I don't think it'll take more than like 2 years. Like, you could definitely do it in like 2 years, and even less if you're good, like 6 months. So.
Did you ever think of giving up? Be honest.
In my job?
In your job when you were starting out in the beginning?
No, like, I mean, anything you do in life, you're gonna at least get something from it. Like, as long as you just don't give up, like, you're gonna get something from it. It might not be what you want. It could be what you want, but just work hard. Like, like, people nowadays, they want the shortcut, they want the short solution, and this is where you lose like the real value, So.
One last question. This guy's watching it right now. This girl's watching it right now. What would be one tip you would tell them so they could be inspired enough to go out there and crush it and become a software engineer?
If you have a vision, go for it, and just work hard. It's really simple. Just, everyone, like, don't think of like life as like, oh, I got to get lucky. Everyone gets lucky. You just got to put in the hard work, and your time will come. You get the luck, you capitalize.
I'm a comedian, stand-up comic.
Awesome. So I just came from Laugh Comedy. I loved it a lot. Let me ask you a question. What's the toughest thing about being a comedian?
Being funny. That's really hard.
So let me ask you a question. Make me laugh.
You want to hear a joke?
Yeah, let's hear a joke.
All right, I'm fighting with my girlfriend. Every time we have sex, I like to listen to music, and she hates that. She's always like, take the AirPods out. I keep going. I got so many jokes.
Let me hear another one.
I was at the gym this morning. This guy came up to me. He's like, hey, man, can I work in with you? And I was like, I'm showering.
That's a good one. I like that one. One more.
I'm in Miami. I've been in Miami from Chicago. I've been in Miami for about 20 minutes. Some guy came up to me. He's like, hey, man, I'm trying to do some heroin. And I was like, I'm not. And he said, I can't find the vein. And I was like, sir, please. And he said, if you help me find the vein, I'll suck your dick. And I was like, if you say that to me again, I'll knock your fucking teeth out. And he said, I don't have teeth. I said, let's find that vein. Follow me on Instagram, you motherfuckers.
Holy shit. I love that, bro. I don't need to ask any more questions. This guy's fucking hilarious, my boy. Right now, we have amazing questions and amazing answers. So listen, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a solid, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like, comment. If you want us to ask some more questions, let us know. But we got some more people to talk to. Let's go.
Trade crypto.
Interesting. So it's an interesting time right now. What do you think about the future of crypto?
Up only.
Why?
Why not?
Well, I'm just curious. I don't know nothing about it. Why would you think that's going to go up?
Because the entire market is built on nothing. And crypto's built on nothing. So up only, man. Come on.
Interesting. When you said the market's built on nothing, can you elaborate more for some of the viewers?
So we've been printing millions, billions, trillions of dollars for how many years now? That's not going to stop. The crypto market is just exponential beta to that market, essentially. So up only, man. That's the only thing I got to say.
For someone that has, $100,000 or $10,000 in cash liquidity, what would you recommend it to do? Should they buy crypto, or what should they do?
Stack more cash. Don't put it in crypto. Stack more cash.
Why is that?
Because it's too volatile for the average consumer. Most people don't have the $100,000 to lose, not even $10,000 to lose. They're better off saving.
So you're telling me that investing in crypto is going to be very volatile over the next couple of years.
Most people don't have the stomach for it.
So how did you earn that stomach? Like, how did you get, to have that resiliency?
Over a decade worth of love, pain, and guts and sweat and blood and tears.
I love it. So you've been trading for 10 years plus.
10 years plus.
So what is the number one thing you learn about being a successful trader in your opinion?
Having the appetite for risk. Being willing to stomach drawdowns that you couldn't comprehend. The normal person just couldn't fathom losing $50,000 on a trade. I can.
So when you had those $50,000 losses, how did you feel at those moments?
Terrible, man. It ate me alive. But you learn to kind of disassociate from the money. It's more of a video game, man. You're not really playing to make money. You're playing to win the game. And as soon as you think of it as a video game, you disassociate, you play better. It's about winning.
Wow. So how did you, where did you learn this mindset?
Playing Call of Duty professionally.
Are you serious?
Yep.
So you're a professional Call of Duty player?
Used to be. Former.
What do you mean former? What happened?
I played from middle school up until high school, and then I quit.
Okay, I gotta find out. Why did you quit?
It's college, man. Come on. You can't get girls playing video games.
I love it. So you play professional Call of Duty.
Absolutely.
And what has that taught you so far?
Discipline and the ability to handle pressure. That's the biggest thing. The ability to handle pressure and basically perform when the odds are against you.
Are you still good at it?
I'm all right.
Modern Warfare 3, what's up with that?
Modern Warfare 2.
What about Modern Warfare 3?
I haven't played in a while, man. Haven't played in a while.
I love it, man. God bless you, man. I appreciate you. God bless you.
I'm alive, my homies aren't.
So let me ask you a question. What's this?
This says dead homies. It's a Nike shirt. I think it's designer. I'm not sure. A close friend of mine gave it to me and stuff like that. So
say the line again.
I'm alive, but my homies aren't.
That's wild. So let me ask you a quick question. Have you lost any friends?
I lost 2 friends back to back. I lost my boy Critical. He died in July 2021. Horrible car accident.
He was in critical condition?
No, he died on impact. He got hit by a trailer and the car set on fire.
Wow. How did that happen?
I have no idea. It just happened on the highway. There was a fire on the highway, and then the trailer hit him.
I'm so sorry for your loss. And what was the other person?
And then a month later, another close friend of mine, Jay Good, died. He, I think he had a blood clot in his heart, and he died. And the last time I seen him was at the cemetery, visiting our other friends. So it was
wow.
back to back.
So you had a tough year.
Yeah, that year was very tough. I went crazy, but we're still alive out here doing everything to keep their dreams and their vision and their legacies alive and stuff like that. So that never stops.
So let me ask you a quick question. How did you deal with the losses of your close people?
I was shit. I mean, it was very difficult at first because it's like if they're gonna die, I didn't care about being alive. I'd walk into in front of cars when the light's green and stuff like that. And then I had a conversation when I went to work. I worked at a restaurant, and then one of the waiters was like, because he had been seeing what I had been going through, and then he said he had a friend that died from a motorcycle accident. And he changed my perspective. He was like, you can't look at it as if they died and they're gone. You have to look at it as if forever their memories will be alive through you, and you have to live for them. So that kind of changed everything for me.
Wow. So let me ask you a question. Someone that's going through a grieving process right now, what would you tell them?
Go through it. Go through your grieving. Don't question your grieving. Just go through it. Everybody grieves differently. But at some point, you're going to accept that they're gone, and then you're just going to have a cheerleader in heaven for you.
My name is Jill. Just kidding. What do you do for work?
I'm in sales.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you sell?
Solar mainly. And
no way.
Yeah. And then I run a marketing business online, but that's more of a side thing. So.
I love it. So what's the number one thing you hate about solar?
Walking door to door, but that's why I switched to cold calling, right?
So you did door-to-door sales?
Yeah, I've done that for a while, but I've tried to make the switch over to cold calling just because I don't like, knocking door to door. So
for someone that's actually knocking on doors, what are 3 tips you would tell them to become successful on knocking on doors?
Think of the long term, not the short term, because if you think door to door, it can be discouraging. But if you think of what you've done in the past month, then it can, you can really see the benefits of what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, it is better than cold calling for it, but you just got to do what you got to do.
That's number 1. What's number 2 and 3?
I would say, wear sunscreen is 1, because I got burned whenever I was going out there at first quite a bit. And
you became a lobster?
Yeah, for a little bit, but I don't know if the tan's showing at all. I got a little bit of 1. And third, I don't know, just don't get discouraged by anyone that's being rude, which honestly doesn't happen as much as I thought, especially whenever I started. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. But you know that you'll always find those people that are out there. But you just want to think of the fact that, you know, at the end of the day, you are helping someone. Now, it depends on the company, but at least the one I was with, I felt was reputable. So I didn't feel any guilt about what I was doing. And so you just got to think of like that you're actually there to help them. And if they can't see that, you know, it's not your issue.
I love it. One last question. If you had no money right now, would you go back to door to door?
Yeah, of course.
And how long would you do it to get yourself recuperated?
Until I had enough. So, you know, as long as it takes, it could be a week, could be a month, but you know, you just got to keep at it.
So someone that's 18, 19, 20 years old, should they go door to door sales?
Of course, I think sales is probably the best thing you can do while you're young, because at the end of the day, any job, especially if you were to start a business, you have to know the psychology of people and how to talk to people. And you're going to learn that super well through sales, especially door to door, where you have to face objections. It's like right in front of you.
I love it, man. God bless you, man. You did amazing. What do you do for work?
Some days I'm a nurse, some days I'm an athlete, and this month I'm working for a new product in Miami.
What made you want to be a nurse?
My brother was sick growing up.
What was he sick with, if you don't mind me asking?
When a baby's born, they have meconium. It's the first poop. He didn't have it. And then he got really sick, and he's missing a lot of his intestines.
Wow, so that inspired you to become a nurse?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in the hospital, but now he's okay.
I love it. So let me ask you a quick question. What is the number one reason why someone should go to nursing school?
Actually, don't go to nursing school.
Why not? Why not?
After COVID, it's just become, there's pros and cons, but hospitals are nothing like they used to be. They're super understaffed, and if you're smart, which you need to be to finish nursing school and pass the boards, you have so much more opportunity to do so much more. There's so much more opportunity these days. I mean, there was back then also, and unless you really specifically want to be in a very specific field in nursing, you're treated like, a lot of times you're not treated well. And not, for sure not in the hospitals. A lot of it's just become commercialized. People are just doing stuff for the money. People don't really understand medicine the way they used to. And I think that, and even seeing like new nurses come in, like I think people just, even with technology, people growing up on phones, I think, yes, you have a lot of smarter people in the younger people, and you also have a lot of dumber people. So I don't know.
Interesting. So what would you recommend someone to focus on outside of nursing then?
Take money aside, whatever you love to do, whatever makes you happy, do that. Don't go to college because you need to go to college to get a degree. If you're going to go to college if it's something very specific. Otherwise, there's so much out there, and people box themselves into 9 to 5. I haven't worked 9 to 5 job. I haven't even worked a traditional nursing job in almost 5 years. I travel a lot. I lived in Portugal last year for a few months. I've worked in real estate. I just came back from Israel.
I love it. So how does someone do what you do? How does someone become an entrepreneur and have that mentality to actually go out there and not be stuck to that 9 to 5?
You just have to trust yourself. You have to trust that like what you want is waiting for you. And unless you like do things that are scary. Listen, I flew down to Miami to work for someone I know for a product I didn't even know what. I didn't know how, where, why. I didn't know anything. I'm on my way to an event tonight. You guys should come to the event. It's called Epic Talks Miami.
Oh, I know about that.
You know
Melissa's amazing. She's amazing.
Melissa's great.
She's amazing. Let me ask you one last question. We'll let you go. So when you made that scary decision to be an entrepreneur or to go out there and kind of get out of your comfort zone, how do you recommend someone to get out of their comfort zone and actually do the scary shit?
You have to do the small things first that are scary for you. So if there's, let's say you want to work out and you don't like going to the gym or it's raining outside, have you ever heard of 75 Hard?
Of course.
So I did it twice. I just finished it a second time a couple weeks ago.
Wow, it's impressive.
And the more I do it, the more it helps you just realize like you just need to do the small hard things, and then it gets easier. You know, the other day I went for a run and it was raining, but I knew I needed to run for working out's my mental health, and I knew I needed to go for a run, and it was raining and a lot of people wouldn't go. Or you know, I woke up the other day to go to CrossFit, and this girl I was supposed to go, she's like, nah, I'm too tired, I'm going back to sleep. But I went. I'm like, I'm going. I need to go. So once you commit to doing smaller things and you do it all the time, then the bigger stuff, it's not as much of a... I'm a big talker because
it's amazing.
I suck at commitment. So I'm a big talker. But there are certain things, I'm very disciplined. When it comes to certain things, like when you commit to doing a specific thing, you just go and do it. And it just makes things, you just gotta take chances. I have a lot to learn. I don't know everything.
One last question. I want you to look at the camera. Someone that's watched this, 18, 19, 20, 25, 30 years old. They want to get better at being committed to what they say they're going to do. What would be one tip for them to do it?
Do it. Like, make a commitment and do it. A great book to read is Atomic Habits. I didn't write it, but it's a really great book to start with. And also, you know, when I was in nursing school and I wanted to work out and I would also want to go out and have fun with my friends, and I committed to working out in the morning at 5 a.m., I knew that if I came home at 3 o'clock in the morning, I still had to be at the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was. And the more that you keep to the smaller commitments that you make, it helps with bigger commitments. Just don't give up on yourself, because nobody's rooting for yourself more than you. And if someone is rooting for you more than you are, then you're not doing a good job for yourself.
Listen, we had an amazing time today shooting content, asking questions, getting amazing answers, and so far we've been having amazing reviews from you guys. So do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We need your support. We're trying to get to 100,000 plus subscribers right now. We're doing amazing on Instagram and TikTok, but for some reason on YouTube, we need your support, we need your help. So until next time, see you guys in the next video.